Hello y'all, it's me, Dreamer Dane, starting another video, and today I'm going to switch it up. I'm not really going to ask anything, any tea answers, nothing like that. I hope you guys have enjoyed my past two videos, but today I'm going to kind of switch it up because I am beyond disturbed, and I just think our society today needs like shaken or something. I don't know what's going on, what it is. There's just a lot. There's a lot, and I don't know, regardless if you are or not, at the end of the day, we're all people, correct? We're all humans. Whether we have disabilities, whether we're pretty, we're ugly, we have crooked teeth, whether we have straight teeth, black, white, Mexican, Chinese, Puerto Rican, purple, green, yellow, we're all humans. So in that matter is where we all relate, period. We're all humans, we all feel, we all have senses, not all of us. That's why we should count our blessings if we do. So thank you, Father. But I'm just so disturbed. I don't know how many of you were fans of Nipsey, whether you listened to him once, you listened to him twice. I'll keep it real. I didn't listen to him all the time. I listened to Nipsey when he was, when he first came out, the older Nipsey. Then I started listening to some of his new stuff. And it is sad. It's sad how people get highlighted more after they're gone than when they're alive. And, I'm on my social media, and I'm on Instagram, on my Explore, and I'm seeing this reporter. I can't remember her name. I want to say Lauren or Laura something. I'll have to comment below the name, exactly who it was, is kind of just mocking Nipsey's passing, and it's very disturbing to me. And it's crazy how I never met him, nothing, never went to a concert, but he just impacted my life. He was beyond his music. He was so intelligent. If you just listen to him speak, the way he carries himself, his reaction to questions, he was just a very intellectual person. And I feel like we need more people in the public eye that is like that. And it's sad. It's so sad that in today's society, if you come anywhere from the hood, anywhere poor, anywhere that isn't in any category of celebrity life, when it's brought to the public eye, it's so frowned upon, and it's like, that to me is so disgusting, because whether you will come from the slums, whether you come from a silver spoon, we all come out the same way. And it's not my fault, nor is it Tom, Dick, or Harry's fault for if they were born poor or they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. That's not our fault. But what we do control is our reactions and how we influence others throughout our life. Just because people were born with money doesn't mean their life is happy. Doesn't mean that's what they wanted. Obviously, they didn't have a choice either. Like, they were brought into that. They had to adapt their life to that. There's a lot of celebrities that'll tell us, it isn't easy. They're in the public eye all the time. They gain 5 pounds. It's on a magazine. They go out with a guy friend. They're cheating. So on and so forth. But what really is my root to this whole video is that such a person that's supposed to be professional and carry themselves professional and react professionally, being a news reporter, does the complete opposite. And it just goes, is she getting in trouble for that? Is she getting, a pay cut? Is she even losing her job? Is she being penalized for a week? Nothing but people talking, like me right now, about the incident. And it drives me insane that people like her herself cannot respect the fact that her opinion is affecting millions of others, because whether her opinion be good or bad, it's going, let's be real, it's going to affect people again, whether it's a good or a bad opinion. But for how she, first off, you got to know, we can't talk if we don't have facts, period. Yes, opinions aren't always facts, they're an opinion. That's why people will say, well, that's your opinion versus my opinion. Her opinion ended up being a false fact. And yeah, I'm kind of contradicting myself, but honey, you need to know who you're talking about before you try to shame someone, because you look like a fool. You look pathetic. You need set down and you need talked to. You need something, you need dealt with. I don't care how, but you need dealt with, because you're being disrespectful. And I don't like that. I don't like the terminologies, African American. Like, why do you have to categorize people? He was a person. It doesn't matter his race. He was a person. He influenced a lot of people. He woke a lot of people up. And, you know, I'm a strong believer, even though he's not here, he is still alive through many people, his family, Lauren, his kids, his sisters, his mom, everyone he impacted, because he woke a lot of us up right before his passing. Whether you believe it's a conspiracy, whether you believe it was a setup, whether you believe it was coincidental, whether you believe it was what it seemed to be. The point is, he's gone, and the fact is, we shouldn't be disrespecting his name, nor disrespecting his character or demeanor in life, because he's not here. He's not here, and I found that very foul. I find that very, very, very low, for you to be disgracing a person that isn't here to confront you about that. I mean, you're low for doing that. Again, bringing racial terminology in there, that really just needs to go. I'm so tired of it. I really am. I live in a society, we all live in a society in America, where 99% of us are immigrants. Period. There is very rare pureness out there. And regardless if you're pure, you're mixed, whatever, again, it goes back to the root of, we are all human beings. We relate right there, because we're all human beings. We were all created from the same God. Whether you worship in different, whatever, that's on you. We're all still one. And we need to start acting like one, because the separation that is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, is dividing us bigger and bigger and bigger, is only going to cause a root to be rotten. And that root's going to die, because it's going to become, people's just going to start eliminating people. It's not going to be white on white. It's not going to be black on black. It's not going to be Chinese on Chinese, so forth, so on. It's going to be multiple races, because what the news puts on there today is all the negative. You know, they don't show this young gentleman, and if we have to bring racial terminology in here, we don't see a young black boy on the news helping an elderly white woman. We don't see a young white boy helping an elderly black man. We don't see a young Chinese boy helping an elderly Mexican person. We don't see the goods in that. We don't. Why wasn't highlights, you know, of Nipsey's death, the good things that were brought out? You know, gangs, regardless if you agree or not, they're there. You know, even if you don't understand of why they're there, whether you agree with them being there or not, they're there, okay? And they have their reasons, and they have their rules, and they have their regulations, and respect is the main at the end of the day. And when Red Crip or Bloods, my fault, shows you how little I know, but Red Bloods, Blue Crips, tie their towels together in a knot and hold them up because of Nipsey's doing. I mean, that has to be recognized. That needs to be brought to more attention. Like, he was more than what these white folks, such as this news broadcaster, wants to give him credit for. And I'm getting tired of that. I really am. I'm getting tired of the shame upon African descendants. I really am. I have multiple things in me. When people ask me what my race is, I don't like to say Caucasian because I have more in me. But in today's society, we judge by skin, so many of us do. I get called white all the time. I'm not claiming I'm black. I'm not claiming I'm Mexican, but I call myself a rut to sum it up because I'm mixed with so many. I don't like to say one over the other because it's disrespecting one over the other. And I also see that in others. I judge with a blind eye. I'm not judging you by your color. I'm judging you by your character. And I feel like more of us need to be like that. It needs to be recognized. I am raising biracial children in this world, and there's so many times they get frowned upon. Whether it be black or white, frowning. It's frowned upon. And I just don't understand why, when none of us have that choice of how we're brought in this world. So why are we judging? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand why we're judging each other off of something we cannot control. And control is what society wants. And it's control by race. And I don't like that. And something needs to be done. There is way more of us than them. And if we really want to take matters into our own hands, we can. So I think it's time for us to stand up, and do something. I mean, it's not funny. It's really not. What's funny to me is that fear of control is in so many of our minds, that we become paralyzed. We become paralyzed by that fear. We don't do what we know God has instilled in us to do off the feeling that He instilled in us. And we don't react the way we should. We let fear paralyze us. We let fear paralyze our mouths, our actions, in all aspects. And it needs to change, people. Like, it needs to change. I love you. I care about you. I care about people, I'm not a quick judger. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't have all the proper equipment, so I'm using a pillow to keep my phone up. But we don't have a lot of the values that we need to carry. And, not to drop on a religious, but everything should revolve back to that, is forgiveness. I mean, there's a lot that happened in our history, a lot. And if I put myself in the shoes, I don't know what I could say or do on forgiveness. I do not know. And I'm not going to ask anyone to do that because that is up to that person. The time frame they choose to, it's not letting it go, but it's moving forward from that. And I just feel like we need to understand, be patient with one another, because we all go through similar things. If I would say I don't like white people, people will look at me and say, why? You're white yourself. I mean, that makes no sense. Like I just said, I have Caucasian in me. I'm not pure white. And there's a lot that I don't agree with white power. And I will say it, and I will say it proudly. I don't agree with it. I do not like it. And I used to get so offended when I would hang around, other races in my friend group, and people would say, like, I can't say white people. And I'd be like, me? Like, what? I didn't do anything. And I'd be like, it's not you. Like, you're not acting the way that I'm on what I'm frowning upon. Like, I don't want you to get offended. And I kept thinking in my head, like, how can I not get offended when you're talking about part of me? And then I took my head and I set it on the side, and I started looking from a different perspective, and it's like, wow, I now see, I now understand, and it's crazy when your eyes open up of the truth and the facts of just, you know, what's out there. And it's scary that there's a lot more going on that people even realize, or they'll call you crazy if you try to tell, because it's crazy. But I'm not going to keep talking your guys' ear off. I just wanted to say this one's for Nipsey, because I couldn't fathom the thought of watching that video and not saying something about it publicly, because it really irked my soul. And I feel like a lot of people need to watch that and need to complain about it, because she needs out. I mean, you just can't be mocking someone's passing in such a disrespectful way, and then throwing racial slurs in there. Like, keep your opinions to yourself. Very few, obviously, you're a Donald Trump fan, and if you are, I'm not even going to get started on politics. But that needs to go. That's not okay with me, and I hope it's not okay with you guys, because we need to revert back to our own shoes. And if that was one of our loved ones passing, would we view it the same way? So that's the question. There we go, guys. If someone in your family passed, I want you to view the video of the reporter on Nipsey Hussle, okay, passing, and ask yourself, would you react the same way, or would you be a little upset? And I'm going to close it at that, guys. Again, Nipsey Hussle, watch the video of the reporter pretty much mocking and disgrace of Nipsey's passing. And I want your opinion. Comment below. Stay tuned. I'll be making another video. But that's it for all today. I mean, I'm discombobulated, as you can tell, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day and be safe. And I love you guys. Have a good one. See you later.